So these are classic tricks. I'm about ready to break these down, and boy, oh boy, I've been victim to these things, not at Ramsey Solutions, but I'm telling you, I've seen these. I named these. I gave these special names because of the horrible bossery that is involved here. And simply what I'm exposing right now is when leaders trick you or manipulate you into working harder, for longer, for less pay. Here we go. Of the people, by the people, for the people. The first one is called the turd polish. That's right. I said it. Yeah. This is where they try to polish a turd. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've ever tried that. I wouldn't recommend you try it at home. Don't think it's going to go very well. What is this? This is where the leader is using exploiting techniques to persuade you that the turd is not a turd. That what they're asking you to do isn't, you know what? They're dishonest. They need you to do some grunt work. And instead of calling it what it is and saying, hey, I got to tell you, I need you to do this really crappy work. I really need you to do it. Here's why. It's limited and I'm working on it, whatever. Just being honest with you that they're asking you to do some really dirty, hard, awful, crappy work. What do? Well, they tell you how it's a great opportunity to learn something. It's a development opportunity. No, it's not. You're asking me to polish a turd. There's nothing good in this at all. Let's just call it what it is. See, we don't want to be lied to. Well, they tell you, well, now this is a good opportunity for you to learn something and get some good experience and blah, 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 blah. Ah! It is what it is, folks. It's a turd. Let's not polish it. Second, the Big Tease. Oh, this is a popular one by bad leaders. The Big Tease. Just giving you the runaround, right? It's like the girl who bats her eyes at you. You ask her out. She's always got a really good excuse, but she never says yes. The Big Tease. What do they do? What does this look like? So you come to your boss with ideas for a promotion, ideas of things you want to do. And they listen to you. They say nice things. And then they never do anything at all. You come back, same thing. It's like that horrible character, that poor guy, love him, in Dumb and Dumber, Lloyd Christmas, played by Jim Carrey. Remember he asks, was her name Molly Swanson, I believe? If I can remember. Boy, I'm really testing my brain on this one. And he says to her in the penultimate scene where he expresses his love to her, and she really kindly breaks up with him or says there's no chance at all. And she basically says 1 in a million. And he goes, so you're telling me there's a chance, right? And it's just like, come on. And so when the boss just keeps telling you nice stuff, saying maybe there's a chance, oh, it's 1 in a million, it's 1 in a million, but keep bringing it back to me. Let me just tell you something. It's the Big Tease. Here's another tactic. How about the apocalypse now technique? Now, what is this? This is fear-mongering. This is scaring you. It's negative exaggeration. What it looks like. The boss starts hinting at the possibility that there might be some layoffs. Straight up manipulation, trying to scare you into doing something that you don't feel you should do, or putting up with an environment that you shouldn't have to put up with, or not getting the raise or whatever. What are they doing? They're manipulating you. So they're going to play to your greatest fear. You have to put up with this because, gee golly, Wilkers, I wouldn't want you to lose your job in the pending layoffs. It's painting this bleak picture. And so all of a sudden you go from having standards, having desires, having goals, and a vision for your future. What do? You go into survival mode, right? Nuclear bomb is going to go off. I've got to just hunker down. It's fear-mongering. Here's the fourth tactic of really bad bosses to manipulate you and get you to do hard work, longer work for no extra bump. The late night infomercial. This is my personal favorite. This is the melodramatic hype, Nathan. Do you know what I'm talking about? You ever watch those late night infomercials? All these people are on Jolt Cola or whatever whatever the latest energy drink was. You know, when I was a kid, it was Jolt Cola. It was just like all sugar. Now it's like Monsters or whatever these drinks are these kids are drinking. Red Bull. all that stuff. What is it? It's over-dramatic hype, you know? They promise you the moon. Super aggressive in their vision casting, but never delivering at all. They deny you your request for a raise, but to soften the blow, they say, hey, let me tell you something. I can't do this now, but it's going to be amazing. Oh, by the way, I got some great knives I can sell you. Have you seen these knives? They'll cut through a tire. Imagine what they'll do for your carrot and your finger. My personal favorite, Joe, is the guy that takes a split boat, like a John boat, you know. What is
Phil Swift.
Is that what it is?
That's the guy's name.
What's the product? I actually bought it. I got duped into it, which is why I bring it up. Flex Seal. This guy. He's super hyper. Like, if your boss is trying to sell you Flex Seal, you're being manipulated. Nobody has to talk that way. That high-pitched, that fast, all the time. Nobody has to take a boat and glue it together to convince you that something is good. I mean, what are we doing here? Well, we're overhyping it. If that's what they have to do on the infomercial to get you to buy it, then something's up. I'm not saying the product doesn't work. I'm just getting at the hype. And so your leader, your bad bosses, I mean, they'll, you got the picture if I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. It's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, this is what your bosses are doing. Oh, there it is on the screen. Yeah, we're going to glue this boat together. I'm going to tell you right now, I'll bet you 9 out of 10 people wouldn't even get in that boat at all. You know? I'm not, but I would tell you what, that'd be a great YouTube segment. Joe, we need to buy a couple boxes of that and go get a boat and go try that.
I'll try it.
I'll put a life jacket on and test it myself, because I'm not buying it. But anyway, I digress. You shouldn't buy it either. So if they're polishing the turd, it's the Big Tease, the Apocalypse Now, or the late night infomercial, all to get you to put up with less than desirable situation where you feel like you're being devalued, meaning you're not being paid well, you're not being paid what you should be making, you're being asked to do way more than's in your job description, and there's no relief in sight, and they're just manipulating you. That's what I'm describing. And I gave you some fun archetypes. I gave you some scenarios. But this is serious business. As much fun as I'm having with this is very serious. Because bad leaders will manipulate you. Because it's not about you, the person. It is about them protecting themselves, their leadership position, maybe their paycheck. And if you're in that environment, it's time to start looking. Because life is too short. Life is too precious for you to be devalued. Period. And the more you allow a horrible leader to devalue you, watch the slippery slope, only a matter of time before you begin to feel devalued. And the more you feel devalued, you begin to think and believe that you don't have value. And that's not okay. It's not okay at all. You were created to fill a unique role. You are needed, and you must do it, and do it with excellence, because somebody out there needs you to show up and be you.